Nathaniel Clyne, which we'll start on, obviously a bit of bad news for him. He suffered an ACL injury, which put him out for at least 6 months, end of 2019. Initial thoughts of just dead gutted for him.
He's being put together by tape at the moment, isn't he? He has the bad back. He's had, it
was the bad back, wasn't it?
The bad back, maybe an alleged habit. But it's one of them where it is a shame for him because he's just starting to come back in. He was playing okay in terms of that attacking role, where getting up the field, he scored a goal against Tranmere, didn't he? And he was really good that game, getting up there and assisting the attack. And probably Klopp's told him, you need to be better at that side of your game, mate. You have to be if you want to get into the side. Look at what Trent did. Look at what Robertson did last season, and that got us the Champions League. That got us the amount of points that we got. It is gutting for him. I'm gutted for Gomez now, because he's going to have to cover there, he's going to have to. But then also, Keanu Hoover might get more opportunities there. So it could be a massive thing for Keanu Hoover to come into this side now. And look, Gomez will do a job there. It just means that it's gonna stop Gomez getting on the pitch, I think. It really is.
I was of the mindset when obviously saw Clyne come back, and whether he went out or not, I was kind of happy with him as cover, because I knew he was going to start every game. Trent's going to be the priority, and kind of having that depth in the squad I was kind of alright with. But as you just alluded to there, Klopp got asked about it in the post-match presser, and he kind of said there won't be any replacements coming in for him, which is kind of frustrating because Joe Gomez has come out and said himself like he prefers playing centre half. But I don't really want that, do you?
That was before Clyne got injured, and I think Klopp would have been happy with Clyne as cover there.
But there's rumours where he was in talks with Crystal Palace.
That's true, yeah.
So then he might have gone out there, which I'm kind of gutted, and it's just dead selfish that he didn't get injured after he went. But obviously that's circumstances. But the repercussions of that is his contract runs out next season anyway. Those calibre of clubs that are going to come in for him, it's going to be hard to shift him, and his price will probably dropped again anyway.
So he sustained this injury in the game.
It was during training.
Was it during training? Yeah. That's weird for me because, look, obviously Sam Allardyce, Chippy Tits himself, said, Jurgen Klopp and his training methods, blah, 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 people getting injuries. Clyne hasn't trained with Liverpool for a while. Do you reckon he's come back and just overdone it in a bit of training, trying to prove himself too much to Jurgen Klopp? And
it can happen to anyone. We've seen training, it can happen to anyone.
Exactly.
I don't think it's helped that his backlog of injuries that he's had.
Yeah.
And again, Liverpool obviously wanted to move him on. He went on loan to Bournemouth and stuff last season, didn't he? So
it's just one of them where it's been an intensive training thing in America. Like Gino Wijnaldum even said it's been intense, you know what I mean? Because they've been doing dual sessions a day and then playing a game of football and stuff like that. And look, that's the kind of thing you need to do. It's the kind of thing that helped us towards the back end of the season. Everyone was fighting fit at the end of last season because of them training methods. It's just one of them where you've got, and same with Adam Lallana, these kind of players who maybe aren't used to this because they've been out so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard.
Maybe I'm chatting complete bollocks, but it could be a factor. But
are you happy with if it was to be Keanu Hoover and Gomez as cover of right back?
Yeah.
Like something we'll come on to later on is the amount of games we could potentially play in the season.
I can't wait to talk about that in a moment.
But you're talking about running people into the ground.
Yeah.
Keanu Hoover's either 16 or he turned 17 since last saw him. That's quite dangerous of running people into the ground at such a young age as well, isn't it?
It's true. I mean,
and Joe Gomez has had his injuries as well.
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's how strong we are at right back when Trent's there, and then the drop off, because there is a drop off in attacking play, in the passing play, in the confidence, the ability.
You always allude to those draws that we had.
Yeah.
And the reason was that we drew them wasn't because of the front three, it was because Trent wasn't playing.
Trent wasn't playing the games, and I think that's a factor. It definitely is a factor because his passing range is something special. His passing range is something that right backs in this modern game just don't really have.
Can't defend it, can you? Sometimes,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And look, Gomez is fantastic on the right hand side defensively, and you saw him for England, and obviously he was a right side of a three and blah blah blah. But he's so comfortable on that far side, hugging the touchline. He's fine with it, so I've got no problem with that. Keanu Hoover and his attacking style of play, fantastic. Again, I know you've got to quantify it with it being pre-season, and his teams that we've been playing haven't been of the highest calibre or fit themselves, but he's looked really, really good. Especially, I think it was Bradford. He looked fantastic on that right hand side, and I'd be happy to see him get more games, to be honest. But what about yourself? Are you upset with the cover?
A little bit, yeah. I think I don't know if because we've been doing the news all week and spend my time on social media, it's like those people that are concerned about the depth that we have in certain positions and wanting to push on for that title, or going, I'm in the middle. Like, I'll trust Klopp whatever he does, but I still can't help but be worried as a fan and go, actually, why can't we have two decent right backs?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Gomez isn't a decent right back, but I'd rather him play centre half. No doubt Hoover will be a good player, but I'm not convinced yet. But I don't know behind the scenes, so if Klopp's convinced, I'm kind of all right with that. But I don't want to get into 3 months down the line, Trent's injured, and you're forced to play, a teenager at right back. So we can happen, can't it? I understand why people are worried and why they want it and stuff like that. So
is that the end for Clyne?
Yeah.
ACL injury, back injury.
Well, at Liverpool.
Is that the end for him completely? Yeah, just gone.
But I thought he was on the verge of going anyway, so maybe
you know what I mean.
He's done, yeah.
And it's such a shame. It's such a shame, but he was one of the best right backs in the country at the time, and now he's kind of just faded away. And it's one of them. It's going to be weird looking back on his Liverpool career. I feel there's quite a few players. Sometimes you look at it and just go, your career just went downwards so fast, man.
But our style of play kind of changed as well. It wasn't just the injuries. You said like he's better defensively, which is really good. I think that was good to have sometimes in your locker, which was kind of all right with him being in the team if he was to stay. Because your low block sides or even your attacking sides, you can put him in there comfortable, let Trent have a rest, and you're fine. Which Gomez is really good at doing as well. I'd prefer to see Gomez at centre half, but we'll wait and see. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you're kind of happy with the right back cover. I know you can put Milner in there as well, but then he's covered for left back as well. So
that's the thing. He's covered for both full backs and.
Back,
Henderson could play right back if we needed him to. If it really got down to bare bones, Henderson could play there. You never want to see him there. Fabinho theoretically has played there, could play there. There is versatile players. Obviously, you're playing them massively out of position. It's like you go from an 86 on Pez and they go down to a fucking 72. You know what I mean? At right back.
I think Wijnaldum could do it as well. He's played centre half, defensive mid, the 10. He was on left wing the other night. Yeah.
You know
just
what
put
I mean?
him there, it'd be fine.
He'll play anyway, goalkeeper.